Good morning from the back loop. We are the Juneau Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. No matter your age, no matter your strengths, no matter your beliefs or lack of beliefs, no matter who you love or who you live with, congregation founders and first-time visitors, we welcome you here to this community. The mission of the Juneau Unitarian Universalist Fellowship is to be a spiritual home for all people who are engaged in a search for truth and meaning. We are glad you are here.
Thank you, Sue, and we are glad that you did so beautifully. Again, from the back loop, Honesty will read our opening words.
Okay. This is Dark and Light, Light and Dark by Jacques James. Blackmail, blacklist, black mark, Black Monday, black mood, black-hearted, black plague, black mass, black market. Good guys wear white, bad guys wear black. We fear black cats and the dark continent. But it's okay to tell a white lie. Lily white hands are coveted. It's great to be pure as the driven snow. Angels and brides wear white. Devil's food cake is chocolate. Angel's food cake is white. We shape language and we are shaped by it. In our culture, white is esteemed. It is heavenly, sun-like, clean, pure, immaculate, innocent, and beautiful. At the same time, black is evil, wicked, gloomy, depressing, angry, sullen. Ascribing negative and positive values to black and white enhances the institutionalization of this culture's racism. Let us acknowledge the negative connotations of whiteness. White things can be soft, vulnerable, pallid, and ashen. Light can be blinding, bleaching, enervating. Conversely, we must acknowledge that darkness has a redemptive character, that in darkness there is power and beauty. The dark nurtured and protected us before our birth. Welcome darkness. Don't be afraid of it or deny it. Darkness brings relief from the blinding sun, from scorching heat, from exhausting labor. Night signals permission to rest, to be with our loved ones, to conceive new life, to search our hearts, to remember our dreams. The dark of winter is a time of hibernation. Seeds grow in the dark, fertile earth. The words black and dark don't need to be destroyed or ignored, only balanced and reclaimed in their wholeness. The words white and light don't need to be destroyed or ignored, only balanced and reclaimed in their wholeness. Imagine a world that had only light or dark. We need both, dark and light and dark.
Thank you, Honesty. I am going to read the chalice lighting, and if somebody, thank you, Martha. This chalice flame contemplation was written by the Reverend Samuel A. Trumbore. Notice how the soft, quiet, gentle flame tamely rises from the wick. Allow it to quiet your mind. Allow it to show us our inner sense of knowing. May this simple flame show us the amazing potential for that which resides in us. A hymn new to me, which is number 55, and Leslie so very kindly has offered to have a look and lead us in it. Oh, just those on Zoom, please mute and then sing along. Dark of winter, soft and still, your quiet coast surrounds me. Let my thoughts go where they will. Ease my mind profoundly. Then let my soul sing a song, a blessed song of love eternal. Gentle dark, soft and still, bring your quiet to me. Darkness soothe my weary eyes, that I may see more clearly. When my heart with sorrow cries, comfort and caress me, and then my soul brings a voice, a still small voice of love eternal. Darkness when my fears arise, let your peace flow through me. I was happy to come upon that. I'll thank Soul Matters, our resource, for the music. That was lovely. Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not mind me stopping here to watch his wood fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the wood and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound's the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. These woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. Miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. Robert Frost. Where were you when I was in the 8th grade? I didn't win. Anyway, I selected that poem because it speaks to the winter solstice, and that Frost says the woods are lovely, dark, and deep. He doesn't say, oh crap, it's dark out all the time. He doesn't say, I can't wait for the light to return. He doesn't say, this is such a burden, this is so heavy. He appreciates his surroundings. He has stopped, he has taken inventory, and he has shared what he saw and felt with us, for which I am grateful. I think some people doubt it when I say, truly, winter solstice is my favorite day, and not because the light is coming, but because I love that very feeling of being embraced by the dark, of being in the womb, of being quiet. Summer solstice, I'm manic. Like, what? It's 9:30, go mow the lawn. Winter solstice at 3 o'clock with a cup of tea and looking out the window as the light changes. With that early morning, what's early now, 8:30, when you can sit with a cup of coffee and watch the light change. To me, that's a wonderful gift. And then doing research around this, feelings around the winter solstice, I found a reverend, I want to make sure I got his name right, the David Kohlmieir, and he suggests the reverse Advent wreath. So, Advent wreaths, if those of us who are aware of Christian faith, each Sunday prior to Christmas, a candle is lit in anticipation of the baby being born, of the light being given to the world. And what this particular reverend has suggested is that we blow out a candle for each Sunday prior to solstice, and that we end up in the dark. Loved it. So I'm going to ask one of you to light the 4 blue candles that are in the front, because if I leave, I'm not seeing anybody. So for those of you, you notice that at home, pardon me, that Leslie is lighting the 4 blue candles that are centered, that are around our chalice. So the Reverend suggests that all the candles are aflame and that we gradually extinguish them one at a time until we enter full darkness. Sherry Rose Walker suggests that we begin this practice by having a place set for our uninvited guests. So here's the place set for our uninvited guest. Who are? I said guest plural, or I have just one, you can have more. So those are our uninvited guests who have been invited. I also want to give credit. So, you know, I read a little, and so one of the books is Winter, the Spiritual Biography of a Season. I've had this book for years. I've never read it front to back. It's just like where it opens. So if anybody wants to look at this, you're most welcome to afterwards. And I also want to appreciate the writers for We Moon Calendar. And I have used their work as well, but I'm not going to stop and tell you their names every so many lines. So thank you, and we're all good. So there's our uninvited guest, and we are going to, one at a time, extinguish the candles. So look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. So pick a candle and go for it. And I'll suggest that this is our first candle, where we honor the gifts of rest and healing. They are blessings of the dark. Warm with the memory of connection and community, may we draw the cloak of stillness around us to rest, to dream, to imagine things that have never been. We slow to the pace of stones, muse through winter nights, store our energy as do bulbs. The earth is calling us to look within, deep in the still places of our minds. Seek clear vision, manifest your future. So Martha, if you would extinguish a blue candle, please. With the second candle, we give thanks for the beauty and joy to be found only in the dark. Joan Chittister says, darkness deserves gratitude. It is the alleluia point at which we learn to understand that all growth does not take place in the sunlight. In this gathering of friends, let us take a few moments we have set aside to breathe deeply, pause in preparation, welcome the stillness, honor this wintertime as a season of mystery, absence, silence. Allow ourselves to be stripped bare like the trees and the rose bushes. Rest, reflect, joyfully surrender into the beauty of grace. Ned, if you would extinguish a candle, please. Thank you. With this third candle, we are humbled by the fullness of the dark. The darkness around us is deep, has never been fathomed. We are not all there is. Nature is not just for us. We are blessed by the awesome, abundant life of the darkness. A reading by Rose Flint. At this cold low of the sun star, so deep in her circle of time, we fold the dark over ourselves, keep warm in its sky-black counterpane. Zodiac sequence are sparks of fire that delight us, telling us stories of chimera and ice, fire drakes and wonders. This is do-nothing time, being time, staying cocooned in her mystery. It was ending, there was death, beginning is soon, filling with life. Now we press ourselves into the spaces between every moment. Feel the beauty of tensions, paradox, unknowing. Ariane Rod's silver wheel floats like a cloak around us, spinning us out to the stars that shine in our deepest selves. Shh. Trust this turn to the mystery. Let fear disappear in her crystal fire. We come from the stars, stardust to bone. We are the universe, and this is our home. Jean, if you would please. Do this one too. Gravity. The fourth candle. Today, we give thanks for the darkness of not knowing. Let us not be afraid of the blackness of mystery. From Rilke. You, darkness, of whom I am born, I love you more than the flame that limits the world to the circle it illumes and excludes all else. But the dark embraces everything, shapes and shadows, creatures, and me. People, nations, just as they are. It lets me imagine a great presence sitting beside me. I believe in the night. Leslie, if you would extinguish the fourth, please. If it was different circumstances, well, that day goes Kimmy. Funny how she read my mind on that. Yeah, so here we are in the dark. I won't extinguish our chalice, but in the Advent wreath, they would in fact have extinguished the center chalice. And so we are here, and we're honored to be together. We are blessed to be together to honor the dark. And I wonder if any of you have feelings about this that you would like to share with the rest of us. Or comparing maybe past experiences with the Advent wreath that you might be familiar with the Advent wreath that we just created. Well, Kimmy, I think you can open the door and turn on the lights, because otherwise I can't see what I wrote. Thank you. Again, I'm always appreciative for the honor of being up here so that I can share what goes on in my head. We are going to move on to a hymn, Angels We Have Heard on High, which is number 231. We got it. I don't know how you changed the words on this one, but we'll find out if they did. Yeah? Okay.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the flames, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, what is jubilee? Why these songs of happy cheer? What great brightness did you see? What glad tidings did you hear? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. See the manger lady, whom the angels praise above. Mary, Joseph, light your reign, while we praise our hearts in love. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Thank you, Martha, for that suggestion. So I am going to send the flame with words from Oak Shizar. The winter nights gift us with time to enter darkness fully. We hold our breaths with nature, where life is suspended, waiting. The stillness behind action gathers as we empty and trust in our renewal. What will you give to the night? What will you lose to the night? Claim your inner resources and fasten your seatbelts. So let us stand and sing ourselves in conclusion. And if for those of you who wonder, this is a Celtic calendar. It's quite beautiful, and you're welcome to explore it afterwards if you so choose. So we're ready.
From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live.